We're living in a time where developers, where publishers would rather take their time to scam us as players as opposed to delivering a game, a product that we genuinely enjoy. And today we're going to be taking a look at one of the biggest, most blatant scams that I have ever seen. Now, if you want to stay up to date with all of the latest scams, all the latest MMO news, go down and click that subscribe button and become part of our community. Okay, so today, well, before we go ahead and start, I know you're looking at the video and you're like, what the hell? And that is pretty much how I felt when I saw this ad for the very first time. Now, let's go ahead here and watch this.
Help me!
So this is pretty much the entire ad. Now, it starts off with something very suggestive like this, okay? And that is going to, cater to a very specific demographic of player, a very specific audience. And then it goes on to show this as gameplay. This is what the gameplay looks like. There are areas like this that you can run around. There are all these different scenarios that happen. There are, like, literally, they're capturing areas like this and then subsequently turning them into their base of operations. Now, I have played this game. I have played State of Survival. I want you guys to take a look here, and admittedly, it got, I don't know what, it got a sizable number of dislikes because I titled it, I played one of the most popular mobile games, and people were like, oh my god, you liked the game? And anyway, another topic for another time, but this right here is what the game looks like. So it looks absolutely nothing like what you play. You have one single base of operations that you can upgrade, and then the actual in-game battles look like this. You essentially just set them to auto battle, and that is it. You don't use resources, you don't use nothing. You just let your characters auto duke it out with waves of zombies. And that is essentially the bulk of the game. You upgrade your settlement. You do have resources for your settlement, but they are merely there to essentially send your people out on missions. Now, I'm gonna show you guys another trailer here, and I don't mean to necessarily call this person out, but just take a look at what you see in this trailer, which is of another person, another, I guess, influencer advertising the game.
I like your outfit. Let's see what we've got in this room. These boxes should have resources in them, but we need to move quick. I think we have to go through the dungeon, otherwise there's no way out. Here we go. Hurry up, they're coming! Where is this place? This is cool, but I don't think we have enough resources. Days go by fast, the food's running out. We have to go up. If we're able to kill these zombies, we should have a lot more resources. Leveling up, look at our house.
State.
What? What? Leveling up? Look at our house. I mean, I'm just, so she's like, okay, for starters, why does she get a pistol there? Why is she talking about needing resources going into a dungeon? Why are the waves of enemies coming through the door like that? Like, she's not actually playing this. She is in no way playing this. You can just looking at her hand movements.
Hurry up, they're coming! Where is this place? This is cool, but I don't think we...
She's not touching anything. She's doing absolutely nothing on the phone other than just holding it up, and everything is going on around her. So, again, this is the type of game that this is. I invested, I don't know, 2 weeks into this game, and it is nothing at all like she's leading us to believe it is. It is nothing at all like the company is leading us to believe it is. Again, catering to a very certain, very specific demographic of player. One that is actually disgusting if you think about it. And the fact that like this isn't even the only instance of this. I mean, like here's another example. Okay. Like, excuse me? That how is this advertising your game? How is this anything like what we saw in the actual gameplay of the game? Like I know, okay, I know that there are, you know, cinematic trailers for games. I know that cinematic for trailers lead you to believe that games are a certain way, that they look a certain way and play a certain way, but this is just so misleading. And the fact that these companies are actually doing this, it is not even just state of survival. I did a video on something very similar with Evertale. I think it was about 2, maybe 3 weeks ago. Thankfully, this ranks #1 when you search for Evertale, so people are aware of this when they go to play it. But this is what the game Evertale looks like. Okay, this is how the combat. Oh, hi. Oh, yeah, you got a very ugly face. But anyway, this is what the game looks like, and this is what the trailers for the game look like. Completely different, right? So this is just happening more and more frequently, and no one is holding these companies accountable at all. No one is no one is even really talking about this. I mean, there are so many instances of this happening for so many different mobile games. There are so many different influencers that are taking these paid deals that are not playing the ads that are being shown. And I'm in a state of disbelief. A, that this is becoming so common. B, that there is so many people willing to support this for that small little paycheck, and C, that we're not doing anything about it. I have called out companies, I think maybe 7, maybe 8 different times over the course of the last 6 months for very shady practices. Gamigo, as an example here, when they tried to pay me to talk positively about Arcade just before they released the Garden of the Gods expansion, that was a paid expansion after promising you would never have to pay for the game. Indie developers reaching out to me, offering me thousands of dollars and a percentage of everything they make going into the future if I talk positively about their game and get more people to invest into it. And I mean, guys, I have an entire channel filled with stuff like this, with stories like this, and you know what? I am going to keep talking about them because I feel like someone has to. And due to the fact that we have over 300,000 subscribers, I feel like we have a following that is large enough where we can kind of bring these topics to light. Now, at the end of the day, there's really nothing that I as an individual can do about this. I can let you guys know which games, which companies are employing really shady tactics like this, really shady practices. I can call them out in video form like I am here. Maybe they'll respond, maybe they'll do something about it, maybe they'll retaliate, I have no idea. But I feel like it is my obligation to, at the very least, bring it to your attention, maybe create a discussion around it, maybe change something, I don't know. I find this disgusting. I feel like this is not where we should be going moving into the future in terms of advertising, because you're promoting a game that people look at and they have this false idea of what the game is, and they go ahead, they either download the game or they purchase the game, and then it ends up ultimately being something completely different. And with Evertale as an example, that game required you to purchase it. So they are advertising a game that you think is one thing and turns out to be another, and you're paying for this, and then you're getting scammed. In this instance, yeah, the game is completely free, but just because something is free doesn't mean you're not getting scammed out of your time and potentially your money as well. So, you know, like at the end of the day, do your due diligence and just be on the lookout, I guess, for scams like this, because this is kinda, I guess, the new norm.
Someday soon, I'm gonna make it.